Hi, everybody, and welcome to our podcast. Today, I just want to share with you some thoughts based on one of those verses that we placed at the top of the daily prayer board the other day. And, I do put some thought into those things, and it's not just something that randomly comes up, but this was a thought that just really has stuck with me for the last few days. So I wanted to share a little bit more with you, especially for those that weren't in the prayer room and saw that verse. It's out of Hebrews chapter 10, starting in verse 23. It says, "Let us hold fast the confession of our hope without wavering, for he who promised is faithful." So often it's really easy for us to waver a little bit, to not be certain that what we're asking for from God is something that we have the right or the standing in order to ask. And so it just really kind of does a lot to try to shake the foundation of our faith. And we have a lot of questions. The other day, as we were praying, there was a family that came in, had a little boy about 2 years old, and he had an intestinal blockage in a lot of pain. And on top of that, he really didn't want to be around strangers. Now imagine that, a 2-year-old not wanting to be around strangers. I know you've all seen it. Well, it was very difficult to visit with this young mother, and really kind of difficult to start praying because his voice was very loud, and he was pulling away, trying to get away from us. And all of a sudden, the presence of God entered the room. And as that happened, we all sensed it, and he became immediately very quiet. And I looked over a little bit later on, and here was this big smile on his face, and he was kind of making eyes at me. Just complete change in his whole countenance. And I really believe that that was done by God. It comes because of the fact, just as it says here, that he is faithful. He has made the promise, and God is faithful. And just changed everything. In fact, at the end, he actually came over and gave us hugs, started singing "Jesus Loves Me," and wow, what a change. And it was just so wonderful to be able to see something physical that way. Oftentimes we don't get to see the results of our prayers, but that day we did. And we did so because he who promised is faithful. He's faithful to you for your own personal needs, and he's faithful to hear you when you're bringing the needs of others before him. So I just want to say thank you so much for what you do here at Direct Line. And what you do matters, and it makes a big difference in the lives of people, whether you see that difference or not. God is faithful, and he will bring things to pass that are just beyond our own imagination. God bless you. I hope this encourages you. Thank you again for what you do here at Direct Line.